I have a unique perspective here with the Shanlian team because not only do I work here as an employee, but I also was a borrower. Being able to see the different perspective of me stepping out of my role to be a borrower through the loan process allows me to appreciate not only my team more, but allows me to appreciate the job that I have. I purchased my home here about a month and a half ago. The team, Sawyer was my loan officer, and right from the beginning, he was very involved with my loan. He took on the role of not being just my coworker, but also allowing him to be my loan officer. So it was really cool to see that perspective of them being able to step into their roles a little harder, knowing that, I don't get to be loan processor in this moment, but allows me to see the hard work and the work that goes behind it. It was not an easy loan, or wasn't an easy home to get. There's a lot of loopholes throughout the whole process, which made it a little hard on me. Knowing that they're like, hey, it's okay, like we're gonna find a certain way. And especially Leah, I got to see that moment shine through her. She was very involved with the process, made me feel a lot better through what I was getting into with my husband and I. And so being able to, because that was gonna be our future home. That's our forever home that we wanted. And for them to be passionate about that was a really cool moment. Loans aren't easy. For someone to be in a borrower, sometimes there's challenges, there's loopholes, whether it's the seller side or something that doesn't go right. And on that side of things, the Shanlian team made me feel so comforted knowing that, hey, everything's okay. Things are gonna work out. We're gonna find a solution, and they did immediately. And that's what I love about all of them is like they're very quick to solve a solution. And after that, after we closed on our loan and we got the keys, they were very easily to reach out and was like, hey, do you need help? That was where that side of a coworker, a family member, their family to me, they stepped in and helped me move in, which was really cool too. And I know that they would have done that for anybody. They would have, no matter if it was just me as an employee, they would have done that for any of our clients and borrowers. And that's what means so much more to me, knowing that I got to feel that in what a borrower may feel, because at the end of the day, they care about them. And it was very special for me. And now I'm renovating my home, and I appreciate every moment that they stepped into that, and they still check on us and like, hey, how's everything going? And that's just what the Shanlian team does. They care, they're passionate, and they love what they do.
A story that we see a lot of, and working with, when I work with financial advisors, a lot of people think that means I'm helping people who are very wealthy become more wealthy. And sometimes that's the case. But more often than not, I'm helping families maybe get out of a situation either they got themselves into or actually life got them into. And so there's been many times where, somebody suffers a job loss. Maybe there's a kid that has a major medical issue. Somebody gets cancer and no longer is able to work. And because of that, they make financial decisions out of need and not want, where they accumulate debt to survive. And a lot of times we're able to come in and consolidate that and kind of get them able to hit the reset button on their finances and their life. And those are the loans that, when we close, we get the long email from the borrower that says, oh my gosh, I thought I was going to have to do this or that or move. Or we get the phone call with tears. And that's an amazing thing to be a part of. Not that we're anything special, but the fact that we get to be a part of people's story, whether they're buying their first home or we're helping them kind of close a chapter in their life that they were maybe embarrassed of or sad or just thought they weren't going to survive. And so we see that all the time. And that's the stuff when we talk about joy, that's what gets you to get here early in the morning.
We've been trying to give them some perspective on not just what their job is, moving a loan through the process, but giving them a perspective of what that actually is to somebody. This is them being able to buy their first home and being able to make roots in a community and really giving them a perspective of this is not just numbers on a screen or documents in a system. This is a family and a purpose, and there's a reason. And so we've been trying to do that a little bit more. And so I think that helps give somebody purpose into what they're doing in a day-to-day.
I'll never forget a story of a young lady that's coming in my office, and she was in an abusive relationship and she had to get out. And so we were trying to get her a home. It was extremely difficult. her financial situation, her credit situation. We worked for months and months to get her where she needed to be, and we got her out of a dangerous situation. And so I'll never forget the conversation we had when we got the keys for her, told her she was approved, and we were clear to close. The emotion, the breath of fresh air, the release of the stress and the burden that she had been carrying for so many years, I'll never forget the impact that made. It was the most impactful story that I've ever had in this industry for over 15 years, and I don't know if I'll ever forget it.
You know, I had I'll call her a young lady. She was in her 50s, and she had not been a homeowner before. She had rented for all those years, and her realtor had reached out and said that, you know, it was time. She was looking to buy a home, but she was nervous. She wasn't sure, you know, if this was the right move for her to make. And I mean, it's probably been 3 years now that she's been in her home, and you know, we actually just talked a couple weeks ago, and she was just giving me an update on the latest with her and what she had going on. And you know, she's and it works in the assisted living, and so she's, you know, telling me all about how work's going. And now she actually has a sister who is looking to buy her home, and so, you know, she was reaching out to get us connected.
I'll tell you a story. A lady came in here about 3 years ago, and we had a phone call from the county and said, we're going to send this lady in with a interpreter because she's deaf.
After getting to talk with her through the translator, Brandon had found out she was actually homeless, and she's been homeless for a few months now. She was living out of her car, and she actually had a dog in the car with her.
Brandon came into my office and said, Dave, this is something really we need to talk about.
She had been sleeping in her car for about, I think it was 10 days at this point.
And it was a winter day like this. And I said, that's not going to happen any longer. So we put her up in the Hilton Hotel, up on the hill. The reason we put her up there because she could have 3 meals a day there.
And Dave paid for her to stay into a hotel for 2 weeks until she could find a more permanent place to stay. And then we were in contact with her then throughout those 2 weeks, and we actually helped her furnish an apartment that she was able to get with her and her dog.
Those kind of things are what means a lot to everybody in this office. When we can step out, we didn't make a dime because we didn't sell her a house, but we gave her our heart, and that was more important to us.
I know that I draw water from a well that I didn't build or dig. My father built this, and he built it with his own shovel. He didn't win the lottery. He didn't have some big inheritance. He didn't have an investor. I think he had a credit card and a lot of energy. And so, you know, where I draw water from was not something that I created. Now, we've grown and expanded, and I've been a part of that, and I'm very proud of that, obviously. But the foundation of this place was laid before I was here, and honestly, that's what motivates me every day, is that, you know, this is my father's life's work, other than my mom and their marriage and us as kids. And so to be a steward of that, to evolve that, to grow that to where the Lord wants it to go is my duty. And that means maybe we'll have a lot of employees, maybe we'll have the same amount of employees for the next 30 years. I'll be happy with that either way.